yesterday we had our state championships here in Australia, and I was super hyped because the previous event I did pretty well, and I was looking forward to this event because this event you get a chance to get a prize card. You first and second get a switch. Top eight get like a box. I'll put like I'll put like the pricing, but it's pretty cool. Like you get paid accommodation apparently, and I was super hyped. But unfortunately, I didn't even I didn't do so well. So we have here our Perth, Australia state champion, and it's pretty cool because he played a deck that he like stuck by for the longest time. Like, of course, he likes Pendulum as well, but Dragon Link is like one of his like signature decks. So I can kind of relate to that because I'm a big fan of Synchron, so it's like my deck. But like this is like Harrison's deck. Well, let's get into it. Let's hear from him. All right, Harrison, here we go. What did you do yesterday at our state championships?
I ended up winning with Dragon Link.
Okay, so was this? Did you know you were gonna play this leading up to the event?
Likely I was gonna play it just because the other options I had was this or Sword Soul, and Sword Soul I felt like be overprepared for, and I didn't feel as confident as if I had a hand of like 10 years plus like Sword Soul Engine. I feel like more comfortable just breaking a board with like 6 dragon cards. So yeah, it's
And
just like a
and
personal
you just
thing.
know this deck way better, right? You know it inside out.
Yeah,
This is like your deck. This is
much
like
yeah.
well known within our community that yeah, okay, you're a big fan of Dragon Link. Okay, so okay, so were you like did you have high hopes of okay, I have a pretty good chance because yesterday we had another tournament yesterday and you did quite well.
It was our is it a Primera it was called?
Yeah, the Primera event. You came second.
Yes. And today we won.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you had like
Yeah.
you had this confidence leading up to the next day. So that was like that's insane. Okay, so let's get straight into it. You won the prize card,
Before I start,
and what
there
else did
you
you
go.
get? You got a Switch.
Prize card, switch, mat, the cool sleeves, and maybe other stuff still waiting for confirmation. But yeah,
Okay.
before I get into this, I want to say thank you to Ethan. I built the deck with him. We both made it to top eight, and unfortunately, we played off there where I ended up beating him. Our
Oh,
main deck and
dude.
extra deck were exactly the same, and the side deck was slightly different. But like, definitely one of the reasons I did well was like with his like help with the deck, which I'll get into as I go. So,
Okay. All right.
but
Here
I'll
we
get
go.
into it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Dragons, pretty safer. Best normal. Black metal is like weaker. You want to keep red metal in to beat nib.
From
Black
my
white
understanding, right?
makes sense.
People don't play safer that they play the Brave engine, right?
Yeah. It's a normal sort of effect. Like right conflicts a bit too much.
Oh, okay,
I
that's
didn't want
fair.
to play the brave version just because I think like safer's really good like value wise. Just because it gets V's and it also adds back Levy, and Levy is such a powerful card. Every time ruler hits this or you hard open it, you just feel really good, especially if they drop a hand trap because then they're down to a few cards to your board. And two knock division, didn't want to play three. I wanted to for a while because I want to draw into side cards like floodgates, like anti spell or barrier, but two is better not to break. Uh, Two router, Tracer, two rocket synchron, and one recharger. Um, this was almost two before the event, but we decided to go with the third just because we're on 41 cards at the moment, and we felt like 40 might be better to see the side. But opening this was always really good, and these are just normal. The less standard thing we decided to play was the chamber engine, so one chamber, two tidying. The reason for this is we wanted a main deck out to Mystic Mine because we felt being an Australian event and Australian player winning the most recent YCS, people would like to try mine out.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
wanted an out to that. This ended up also being good against set Albaz into Arbaletness, assuming we couldn't like make a Masquerader to deal with it, because they set Albaz, you just unicorn spin it and it's fine. They have to have a very specific hand to beat like a Omni Negate plus a hand trap. So it's usually
That
good.
um
And yeah, this is
if
just milliness of rule is good.
there was the French nationals that just finished. yesterday, and he was
Yeah, they're
playing.
playing. I think they're playing Chamber 3 tidying
No,
was what they were on.
the way they would do it is they would summon the Draco guy, the one that the light and dark restriction.
Hmm.
Like they would go Seal's
Yeah.
bounce, float into that so that they
Oh,
can't.
Drago, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw happening.
So the issue we had with Drago was when we like summon Drago, like you can still play because you link off into a Romulus, but like you don't always have a Romulus to like put back with a seal bounce,
Yeah,
and it ended up like just stopping us from playing.
yeah.
And this was just like a lot safer. And again, we just make hard negates anyway, so it wasn't an issue.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Hard drawing like this compared to Drago is a lot better. Like Titan's really strong.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that was good. And then spells and we have normal boot, ravine, quick launch, space. We tried guard dragon for a bit when we were on the Drago build, so if we milled it, we could summon it back. But Drago, yeah, got dropped, and this was just better.
Hmm.
And hand traps, triple ash, triple Veiler, 3 nib, and gamma. Like these ash Veiler like sense. Nib was pretty good. I ended up playing like in Swiss. I played like 2 deaths. Yeah, one of which was the Predaplant one, which plays into Nib just because of the Orpheus Scorpio, so it was all right.
Was that
I
Jason?
played against lots of combos, ended up being really good. I think so. It was one of the South Australian boys,
Hmm.
and yeah, but then like Gamma was like really good, just because people like weren't respecting it. So I'd do Chaos Space, pitch a card, and I'd be able to Gamma them if they ashed me. Like that happened a lot, or if I got drolled.
Yeah.
And this is just really good because lots of random players were on the like out, so they couldn't really cross out Gamma because they weren't running Gamma.
Yeah.
So they ended up like just dropping an Ash for the Gamma, which is ended up really good. And he just ended up gammaing the what was it, the tragedy, so they couldn't get to ad lib. So all you have to deal with is really just like if they choose to use their Mirror Jade, you just have to play for your Chimera, which is really easy.
Yeah.
The Gamma was insane.
Yeah. Gamma's. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And we'll go. Extra deck was Striker, SD, One Seal, Romulus, Dark, Dark, stupid good, Search Levy when it dies, just lets you crack boards because this deck doesn't really care about barrier just because like it's a linked base deck. Like
Yeah.
the synchros are cool, but you don't need them.
Yeah. Oh,
And
fuck.
so the only floodgate you really care about that people are the only floodgate you care about that people's side is going to be like anti-spell, which this just deals with because this like threatens unicorn,
Yeah.
and if it dies, like say they like blackout pop it, you just get Levy and just kill them.
Yeah.
Masquerena, this like beats set Albaz, just unicorn it.
Yeah.
Quad Borrow, triple burst. This is really good into link climbing. Unicorn just was really good. Access code. Borderland is stupid. Because since there's lots of Sword Soul, pretty much all you have to do with Sword Soul with this deck is just make Borderland.
Yeah.
The Sword Soul engine just can't out Borderland unless they have like hanging, which is card will negate. So they need a hard draw like an imperm or a droplet.
Yeah.
If they do, you can just like do like Recharger plays with Striker Dragon, or you can Red Med Reborn it, and then they just can't deal with the second one. So it's ended up being really good. Chaos Ruler, Savage, Hot Red, Zombie. I only really made this going second to push because using the Dark to steal something, then overlay with like either Levy or Chaos Ruler just made it super easy to get out, and will usually just do enough damage. Yeah.
Oh wow. I was
Very
watching
good.
the
Very
Dragon
good.
League finals and French Nationals, and the Dragon League player that won, he was playing the fusion spell. What do you think about that?
I I have not read it. The card, like, I think it uses cards on field or can banish from graveyard. Issue with that card is you have to play another Garnet with it to search, and I'm not a big fan of that. This deck, I kind of want to just keep like low deck counts. So I can see like the good cards such as like Barrier, Anti Spell, Gamma, Ash. I don't want to play like a full on combo deck.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
it
fair.
ended up
That's
being good.
fair.
I think that build's like a lot weaker into Droll, which is something I thought people might be on.
Okay.
Onto sides. Speaking of Droll, only 2, just because I had space for 2.
Yeah.
Droll was fine. Again, 2 collector. Probably should be 3. Every time I saw it, it was really good. We'll drop it. I don't think this was correct looking back on it. The times I drew it, ended up like not being able to do enough just because I didn't have the card economy for it, which was a
Yeah,
problem I
yeah,
thought I'd have with the deck. I was very scared of more people would be an anti-spell, so I didn't want to run ruler. So maybe this should be ruler instead.
yeah. I was running
Three
this deck initially.
twin. The day before these were yeah. So day before these were lightning storms. We just wanted this to outmine, going
Yeah,
first, and also just like this is fine. Like two back rows, all you need to hit, and being able to like chain it to anti-spell is really good.
yeah.
And then they get locked onto their anti-spell because you clear their board.
Oh, yeah.
Then
That's funny.
triple barrier, yeah, triple barrier and two anti-spell. Um, that's the other reason I want to play low deck count because I just want to like draw into these cards because
Yeah,
these cards are very good versus every deck except like a few.
yeah,
For a while it's gonna be like triple anti-spell, two barrier, just because anti-spell had more overlap into different matchups, but barrier is ultimately better just because I felt a lot more people were going to be on like twins and cosmics post side if they found out one we're on tidying or two they see they know I normally play anti spell so I want to switch to barrier instead.
yeah. Okay, that's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
that should be the list, I believe.
What? That's pretty insane, Harrison. That's so cool, dude. It's pretty fitting if you actually think about it. Like it's just you
Yeah,
love Dragon Link. You have a Dragon Link as a prize card. It just seemed like everything
yeah,
just
and we
aligned
got the
properly.
map right now, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the previous
very nice.
the event the previous day you got second, you get your invite as well for that, and now you got first placing it. You get your invite for this as well. It was just your weekend, man. That's freaking awesome. That's
It's
so cool,
nice.
dude. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, thank you to again Ethan for building the deck with me. Chamber was his idea. Thank you to Kosk for testing a lot with me, and Fish for still driving me home after I won finals.
After he beat him in finals, he just like, nah, you're walking home.
Anyway,
That's so cool. All right then. All right, guys. That's gonna be it. Hopefully
okay,
another video.
and
Like,
that
subscribe if you
that should be
haven't,
the end
and
of it.
thanks
So
for watching.
say bye.